Hey Sabrina, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Sorry, I'm always grabbing the controller right now because I'm running between computers. But yes, I can hear you. You want to try sharing anything?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I want to share two videos. One's a YouTube video and one is body camera. So I'll do
Okay.
the YouTube video
Mhm.
first. Okay, so you can probably see that, right?
I can see that. That's correct.
Okay, and then question will be share sound. Let's see if this works.
Yes.
Mayor Aaron Brackett.
It is playing. Let's see how much of a lag there is.
And we look forward to seeing folks on Saturday for the.
Does the audio seem to be normal?
It's very quiet.
We are now going to proceed with open comment. So, Elisha, if you could read the public participation guidelines, please.
Allowed to speak online. Currently, only audio testimony is permitted online. Only one person at a time at the podium, unless an accommodation like an interpreter is required.
So I just paused it. Does that audio seem to be coming through like my microphone, or is it coming through like through sharing of the YouTube video audio from where you are?
I think it's coming from the actual, like, from the YouTube video that it's coming through, like it's transferring through. Otherwise, there'd be more feedback. It's a bit quiet. I'm trying to
Okay.
see if I can put the settings better, but it is picking up the captions. And FYI, Chris, we're off the record, like recording is paused and stuff. So.
Great. Well, yeah, no, thank you. I'll play it again, and then if you
Okay.
want to maybe see if you can adjust the volume settings so the judge
Mhm.
will be able to hear. I don't know if he's going to be in the court. I'm assuming he's going to be in the courtroom.
Hold on. He just put something in the chat and he's asking if anyone's going to be appearing in person.
Oh no, he's logging in from his office.
Okay, and let me just, sorry, let's see where my advanced settings. Oh, no, no. Here, why don't you play something and then we'll play around with the.
Okay.
All remarks and testimony shall be limited to matters related to city business. No standing in or otherwise blocking the aisles. No participant shall stand or hold items such as signs or flags in a manner that would block the view of another person. No participant shall make threats or use other forms of intimidation against any person.
Okay, I think I was able to turn that up
Items to the podium.
and it's coming through clearly.
Okay.
Yeah, now you're louder because you are in there, but it definitely, we're definitely able to turn that up and then I can control it like when you pause and you need to speak.
Okay, great. I want to play another video. I'll make sure
Yeah.
it similarly is able to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
If I can find it here. Here it is. Now I'm going to share my screen.
Please, Adam. Who's the only courageous one? Oh, but look at that say nice.
Are you
That's
kidding?
a runner.
This is how important decorum is?
How did that sound?
Very clear, and wow, I'm missing out on some of these city council meetings, huh?
Yeah. It might be pretty interesting to watch these.
Yeah.
Should be decently interesting. Okay. Great. Well, that is all I really wanted to check.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign out and sign back in like
Okay.
less than 20 minutes.
Yep, I copy that, and I'll just let Judge Khan know that I'll be in here just to help with that audio part because we do want things to run smoothly for you guys. And I know
That's
Zoom
the-
likes to act up on us. So.
That's the dream. That's the dream.
Yes.
So yeah, no, I really appreciate it, Sabrina, your
Yeah.
help and the help that you're about to give us. So,
All right, that sounds good. See you in a bit.
yep, thanks.
Before we go on.
We are on the record, sir.
And did you see a chat message here?
Let's see.
Is that simply because we haven't turned our audio on yet for the YouTube channel?
Yeah, and now the audio is on, so yes, that's
Okay.
correct. Mhm.
Okay, good afternoon. We are scheduled for a hearing with the Fooster matter. I'm going to just advise everybody as to our process here. We do have some individuals who are here who will probably be muted at least initially by our clerk in the courtroom. And then when it's an individual's opportunity to speak, our clerk will unmute that individual. I'm going to go ahead and ask her to unmute Dr. Fooster.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Dr. Fooster.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And then I believe we have
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Chris Reynolds from the City Attorney's Office representing the city. Oh, and I don't know if I'm the only one, but I can't hear you right now, Your Honor. Still having audio issues. If I'm not sure if the court can hear me, but cannot hear you, sir.
Okay, apologies for that.
Are you able to hear me now, Mr. Reynolds?
I am.
Okay, and I can see Teresa Taylor Tate shaking her head yes. And Dr. Fooster, are you able to hear me as well? You'll need to unmute her again.
Hi, Your Honor. I'm able to hear you. However, I know that for the YouTube video stream, there's no audio and it's only the video of the courtroom. I don't know if there's a way to fix that. Thanks.
I think that may have been addressed. I just checked with my clerk on that. So can you double check that as well? Because there are probably folks who are watching via YouTube. We want them to have the opportunity to observe the proceedings.
Yes, I will check. I will need to check directly though on another device. So then we don't get.
And we're just going to pause for a moment while Sabrina here in the courtroom steps out to check on a different device to see if the YouTube is accessible.
Sounds like we can hear now. If you want to say something.
Can you hear me right now?
It is now working.
Looks like it is working now. Okay, I'm going to pull up the case and just let the parties know what provisions we're operating under here and how the quasi-judicial review process works. So this was initiated by a facility suspension that was created on March 24th of 2025 and issued to Patty Fooster. Is that correct? Am I saying your last name correctly? Do we have her muted again? We need to keep her unmuted if we can.
I'm trying to. I think she's been.
Hi. So my name is Patty Fuste.
Fuste?
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you for that. I'll try to pronounce that correctly going forward. So Dr. Fuste received a suspension of facility privileges document that was issued that day and then filed an appeal with ultimately the file got to our court, but it was filed initially with Amy McMahon. She forwarded it to the court. We scheduled a hearing as required. This comes under section 5518 of the Boulder Revised Code. And then the procedures for the quasi-judicial hearings comes under section 131 of the Boulder Revised Code. The burden is on the prosecution to establish by a preponderance of the evidence that the order that was issued complies with the regulations of the city of Boulder. And if they prove that by a preponderance of the evidence, then it's incumbent on the court to uphold the restriction. If they fail to prove it, then I would set aside the restriction or the suspension. We will start. I'm going to give each side an opportunity to give a brief oral argument. I want to hear a little bit about primarily the legal issue that was raised in the appeal, if there is any argument to be raised with respect to First Amendment rights. So if anybody has any argument to make on that, I'm going to limit to about 5 minutes because I've done some research in advance of this, and ultimately we'll do a written order addressing any free speech issues that might arise. But I do want to give the parties to address a chance to address the legal issues first. And then if you want to make a brief outline of what you think the evidence may or may not show, you can do that as well. But let's try to keep the opening statements to less than 10 minutes and perhaps even less than that if possible. Because the prosecution has the burden of proof, I'll ask Mr. Reynolds to go first, and then you'll have the same opportunity if you choose to do so. You're not required to give an opening statement or an argument, Ms. Fuste, but if you choose to, you can. And Mr. Reynolds, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. This case is ultimately about disruptions that occurred at a Boulder City Council meeting on March the 20th of this year. The city believes that the evidence will demonstrate that it imposed both necessary and reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions that govern individuals' conduct at the Penfield Tate Building where city council meetings occur, that it is necessary to have these time, place, and manner restrictions so that the business of the city, the operation of government can happen. The city believes in the First Amendment, believes that individuals should be allowed to exercise their First Amendment rights, but does not believe that individuals have the right to interrupt and disrupt city council meetings to the point of needing to take recesses to address those disruptions. And the city believes that after the hearing officer hears all the evidence today, primarily will be through the testimony of Deputy City Manager Chris Meschuk, some documentary evidence that shows what the posted rules are at the Penfield Tate Building. And then in addition, the video from the March 20th City Council meeting to demonstrate that it was in fact disrupted and that this suspension is warranted under the rules.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Reynolds. Dr. Fuste, anything that you'd like to say in opening statement?
Yeah, so my name is Dr. Patty Fuster Aguilera. I'm a faculty member at CU Boulder. I'm a postdoctoral fellow in the math department, and I have lived and worked in Boulder since June 2021. I have been attending city council meetings for more than a year now and have spoken at city council chambers during open comment, asking for the city to pass a ceasefire resolution and to divest from companies that are making monetary profit from the genocide happening in Gaza and the West Bank in Palestine. I have been using my First Amendment right to ask for humanity and for the city of Boulder to stand on their values, in particular those of respect, collaboration, and innovation. The city of Boulder claims, and I quote, "We champion diversity and welcome individual perspective, backgrounds, and opinions. We are open-minded and treat all individuals with respect and dignity." Close quote, and open quote, "We promote a forward-thinking environment that supports creativity, calculated risk, and continuous improvement. We embrace change and learn from orders in order to deliver leading-edge service." Close quote. This is not what I have observed on my multiple visits at the council meetings. Instead, I have seen in real time how the freedom of free speech has been diminishing over and over again. Boulder City allows only 2-minute speeches to each participant. This is by far the smallest amount of time that any city council of the area allows. Most are 3 minutes, and they are flexible and accommodate disabilities. I have seen many members of the community struggling to make their points in barely 2 minutes, including people with speech impediments or physical disabilities. No accommodation has been made that I've seen. I have seen the making of new rules by the city to counteract individuals using their right to free speech, as the First Amendment allows.
All rise. Boulder Municipal Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Jeff Badcom presiding.
Be seated, thank you. Let's pause for a moment. We've got something going on.
Okay, shall I continue?
And good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, you are here for an arraignment session for the Boulder Municipal Court. The purpose of this session is to assist you in deciding how you wish to proceed with your case. You have the following rights before this court. You are presumed innocent of the charges against you. That presumption of innocence